Day 15 for an old man on the Pennine Way, going from Dufton to Crossfell and down to Garrigill. Fine morning again. I can see the radome at Great Dunfell ahead already. Just wish I were up there. Bit of a drag up that hill behind me, but plenty more yet to come. Lake District coming out in the right far distance. This photograph is taken from exactly the same place as the previous clip, and over my shoulder you can see a set of white buildings with a white tower. These are the accommodation block for the operators of the Great Dunfell radar station when it was first built. But in 1967 it had been turned into a youth hostel where we stayed. The road outside the youth hostel goes straight up to Great Dunfell and is the service road to the radar station up there, which is actually not available for public vehicles. While I was walking up Great Dunfell, Ros went round the old youth hostel, which is now a church holiday centre, and took various photographs. And certainly this is one of the accommodation blocks where we stayed. I guess I'm about 2/3 of the way up. Stiff climbing. Back there's Knock Old Man, and there, that's Great Dunfell, around to Crossfell where I'm going eventually. We're here, possibly near the top, trying to decide whether we're at Knock Old Man here or that's it at the top there.
Well, this is Knock Old Man. I think Knock Old Man might actually be this pile of stones.
Right, okay. Did you hear that? That's Knock Old Man is this pile of stones. I have it on good authority. So it may be that that's a higher point that we've got to go to there before we head across to the radome over there, with glorious views over the Eden Valley.
Sorry about this, I'm way behind.
I just had a fast walk across from Knockfell behind me there towards the Great Dunfell with a radar on top, and I just got to the road here. In '67 we were at the youth hostel, which is down the road there, and we had the guidebook advised us to walk up this road. So the guidebook advised us to walk up this road, so we did. And it was an incredibly sunny day, incredibly hot, and the water ran off my glasses. And I was totally dehydrated by the time we got to the top and didn't realise it. That meant that by the evening time I was really quite ill. This road was the start of almost the end of our Pennine Way journey in '67. Well, I started out at 8:45, I think, and I've just reached Great Dunfell, 12 minutes past 12, so 3.5 hours of climbing. That was a bit brutal really, for an old man on the Pennine Way anyway. So a hop over to Little Dunfell, climb up to Crossfell and some lunch. Little Dunfell. So that's Crossfell over there. Summit of Crossfell. Been here about a quarter of an hour. Got here about 1 o'clock, I think. Had a bite to lunch. Straight off down that way. Cooling down now. I was hot on the way up. It's cooling down now. The summit of Crossfell is very different now to what it used to be, and the pile of stones that was there in 1967 has been replaced by a really elaborate and very nice shelter. You have to be careful leaving the summit of Crossfell. It's a very wide plateau, and the exit or the start of the path down is marked by a cairn on the far side of the plateau, which is fine in good weather, but if it's misty at all you can't see that, so you've got to be quite good at navigating to find the start of the path down. Once you're on the path it's not a problem, but finding it can be quite tricky. At Greg's hut, just signed the book. Hope there's nobody in here. There's a family here, especially beating a hasty retreat. Right, I'm on the Corpse Road now. That's the road that if you lived in Garrigill, there was no consecrated ground in Garrigill, so if you wanted to be buried they had to carry your coffin along this road over there to, I think, Kirkland. If it snowed on the way and it got difficult, the coffin got left and the men went home, apparently. Seems a long way to go to get buried. So I just carry on going down this long road now. Till we get to Garrigill. It's just coming up to 5 o'clock and I'm just walking down into Garrigill. It's a day and a half. The first 3 hours up to Knockfell were too strenuous for an old man like me. The last 2.5, 3 hours down from Crossfell down the Corpse Road have been so boring. You need to be a corpse to want to do that. There was quite a nice walk from Knockfell to Crossfell, but I don't think it made up for the rest of it. I'm telling it as it is, as I see it. I didn't enjoy the climb anyway, and I haven't enjoyed the boring trip down the Corpse Road. So that's Dufton and Garrigill done for an old man on the Pennine Way again. Thanks for watching, and see you again. Bye. So I just met Ros. This is Garrigill, lovely little village. In '67 when we came here, we came down exactly the same road, probably felt exactly the same, except I felt quite ill. And the pub wasn't open, the Green, the George and Dragon, that wasn't open. Nowhere we could get food. We hadn't got a stove, if you remember. So this was 6 o'clock. We carried on walking to Alston and just pitched a tent when it got dark. but I was pretty ill as well. So it's a lovely little village, but not very happy memories.